his full existence crushed.
Yeah.
That's language we have never heard before from a major party candidate or his spokesman.
On the issue of Coughlin, the reason that I brought him up is not because I am super interested in his anti-Semitism and his embrace of fascism and all the ways in which he was bad. I mean, I am interested in the fact that he was apparently taking money from the Nazis and the question of whether they were going to indict him. And there's a lot of interesting storytelling to be done there.
A lot of interesting parallels.
Exactly. But the thing that's interesting to me in terms of our present moment and the way history can hopefully help here is the fact that so many different institutions, not the criminal law, different institutions stood up to say to Coughlin, you are not going to organize anti-Semitic pogroms and a violent overthrow of the U.S. government here, not with our help. And it was institutions in U.S. civic life. It was the church, famously, but it was also the owners of radio stations, and it was also the U.S. military, barring his publication from being sent to any bases. It was the Postmaster General deciding that this was not something that was safe to be sent through the mails. He was deplatformed in a way by lots of different institutions and ultimately removed from his radio gig that gave him that massive audience. The institutions standing up and policing it. Have we seen important institutions in the United States police their own representatives, police themselves in a way that has been effective against this kind of danger in the past?
Sure, the most important one is a president who loves democracy and saves us from this. That's what Franklin Roosevelt did in 1940 by saying, we Americans have to join the world to stand up against Hitler. And actually, you know the story, Rachel, it says it perfectly. Roosevelt quietly made a deal with the Vatican to have Coughlin silenced, saying that this is a danger to America, this is not a very good thing for your priest or royal of Michigan to be saying these things, not great for relations with the United States. And so it was because Roosevelt on the side of right and democracy said Coughlin should stop doing this, that he did not have that kind of dangerous effect during the war. And you see where I'm going. Here we are in 2023, 2024, people are ready to be dissatisfied with the Democratic nominee, assuming it's Joe Biden or even if it's someone else. On the other side, it's going to be a party, just as you've been saying, Rachel, that is silent about a potential front runner or an actual front runner, Donald Trump, who's talking about fascism and suspending the Constitution and sending military soldiers to suppress dissent in every city of the country. That's what we're dealing with. So we could very well, a year from this month, have a pretty stark choice, and that is one presidential candidate, major party, who is defending democracy as Roosevelt did in 1940, and another who, if he is elected, would take us down the road of Mussolini, Hitler, and other dictators in the dark history of the world. That's as stark as this is. And I think if people get sidetracked and say, well, I prefer a third-party candidate, or I don't like something that, Joe Biden did in 2022, fine. But this is the central choice. Every one of our friends who is watching tonight take that choice very seriously.